Hello everyone, Zelrinth here, and today I thought I'd take a quick look at the dorm system and some of the stuff that you can get within there, as well as then the dispatch system and all that kind of stuff. Because I think there's a lot of things that people are missing with it, because a lot of people think it's more of just a flavor item where you can kind of just interact with your waifus, and it's not having any other real use within the game. And so there's a lot of things that people aren't realizing that are actually quite important to your overall character growth. So the first thing is when you kind of go in the dormitory, one thing is every single unit in here, as you level up their affinity and move through it, I think most people know you can get some stuff in here. The biggest key on this is that their level 5 when you max them out has a common key, and this is like almost to the equivalent of a SSR's common key, but it's just stat sticks on it. Now with this, there are some dolls in here that have really good keys on them, Veplay being one of them. I know a lot of people, she's already undervalued in terms of the unit on the battlefield, but she's also been undervalued in terms of what you can get on her common key here. And the big thing with that is she has a crit rate, crit damage, and attack boost common key with 3%. One of the best ones you can get on the Affinity, and I believe there's only a couple of them in the entire game so far at this point in CN. And I think Veplay is the only one currently available to us. So that is a good thing to get for her there. But there is also the other part that I think a lot of people have missed. It's one reason you'll want to level up your most used units. And I'll take Macchiato for example here. If you go to her, go to the gifting here and then go to Infinity, you can also see each time you level them up, there is also a stat stick here. And so the characters you use the most, you're going to get increases to your stats as you move them through there. Now, the ones that you can't actually use a covenant on don't have the 6, 7, and 8. It just says stay tuned. Now, like Macchiato, for example, you can't use the covenant on yet. Now, that will come in the future because it is available on CN. But you get a nice amount of buffs here just by taking her up through it. So you want to make sure that your strongest units, or the units you're going to be using the most, you actually want to move them through just for the stack stick there. And now that is most of that with the gifting system. It unlocks a couple other little things here, and then if you actually do a covenant, you also get the skins. Let's say my QJ here, because I know I've been asked how I have that skin on a lot of my units by some people. It's just the last thing on here. And the nice little thing is you do get 2 pulls if you max one out. Nothing too crazy, especially for the amount of XP required to get them maxed out. But you do get the weapon skin, and a lot of them, it's just got a picture of them on it for their weapon type. And the funny thing is with this skin, you can have anybody that uses an AR use QJ's skin. So I have Tololo currently using hers because I have not maxed out Tololo's affinity yet. And then there is one other thing that a lot of people kind of forget, and that comes to the dispatch system. Everybody knows they want to push to level 11 real quick to unlock the other areas here. The biggest ones being, so you have this one right here where you can get more affinity materials. I make sure to always be running those two, so I'm constantly getting the affinity materials here. But it also unlocks, so you have this one for the tubes, and then you have this one for additional gold. And gold's going to be super important. You always pretty much want to run the 2 dispatch golds, the 2 dispatch affinities, and then possibly another one on the tubes. Those are the most important out of them. But there is the last thing when it comes to leveling up, which is the stats you can get from taking this up. A lot of people don't really look at it. They just kind of go straight to it and upgrade it just to get those things unlocked. But as you're upgrading this, these are permanent buffs that you will get to the classes mentioned here. So in this example, from 13 to 14, if I level this up, my bulwark doll attack will go from, it have a bonus of 46 currently. It's going to get an additional bonus to it to bring it up to 64, same with health and same with defense. And if you actually want to see all the buffs that you can get from this, you can go down here, and this will show you everything that you get total for each level. So you have 13, and so this is not addition to. So if I look at 13 and I see that it says bulwark attack up 46, and then I go to 14, and then it's going to say 64. It doesn't mean you get 64 on top of what I got in level 13. It's just that's all the bonuses you have at that level. So you can kind of get an idea of where it can be as you level it up. And so if you take it all the way to the max level, which is a max level of 36, for most people, you're not going to hit this anytime soon because getting the affinity up takes quite a bit unless you're going to spend a lot of money buying the stuff in the shop to get their levels up. But at level 36, you can see 500 plus health on your Sentinel. Defense up here to, oh, well, that's the bottom here. So you kind of go to the top. So all your attack stats, you get 168 on your bulwark, Vanguard's at 192, support 183, Sentinel 2. So these can really add up, especially towards the end. So you definitely want to make sure you're constantly working on this. And there is a strategy to kind of go approaching it, is you kind of want to level up your initial first level, because it's really easy to get that first level with each one of them. And then, so if we go back to here, I believe the easier way to see, actually I think it's easier to see it here. If I go to the, yeah, so you can actually see, it doesn't show it here. I believe it's, maybe we can just go through it through actually looking at the doll list here. So it's much easier to level 1 from level 1 to 2, and then 1 from 2 to 3. And so in the beginning, what you want to do is just take all of them to 2. 2 doesn't take long at all, and that's worth 10 experience towards that level here on the dispatch. So that's 10. And then I believe going from 2 to 3, yeah, this is where it actually shows it. Going from 2 to 3 brings it up to 30 total. And then from 3 to 4 brings another additional 30. And then 4 to 5 gives you additional 40. So it goes 10, 20, 30, and 40 total. And then at 5 is 100. And then if you can covenant them, you can give them get additional 50 through taking them to level 8. And actually going from 5 to 8, once you use the covenant, is actually pretty cost effective on it. Because I believe it's like the equivalent of going to level 1, 2, and 3 again, because it did not take much XP at all to max them out. And so once you're able to covenant them, I would actually just push them all the way up to their max, just because it seems to be the quickest way. But the first thing is just making sure to get them all to 2, because that's a quick and easy 10. There's almost like no XP needed, and just kind of balance it nicely there. And then that comes to the gifts. One thing that I think pretty much everybody knows, but just to add on to it, is when it comes to giving them the gifts, always give it to them when they have the little pink smiley face, because that is when it is the most beneficial to them. Let me find one that has it. I don't know who likes any of the specific gifts. Yeah, like this one right here, you can kind of see she has affinity of 35. If I give her that, it's going to be a plus 70 on this blue item. But if I go to somebody that doesn't have a, well, actually I can go to the, I can just actually show this gift. So this one gives plus 70, it's a blue, but if I do the one that's just a happy face, it's only plus 60. And then if I switch to someone that has no like of a blue item, if I can find one here. Yeah, so she doesn't like this at all. It's only plus 40. So the difference of 30 on there, and because it's going to take so long to actually level them up, you want to be as cost effective as you can with these. So I would pretty much only use them if you get the smiley face on it. And the nice thing is a lot of them share the gifts that they like a lot. So like, yeah, if you didn't get Macchiato, but you can still get the gifts for her that you can get here in the event in the shop, which is this one right here. And there are a couple dolls, other dolls that actually like these gifts too. So if you didn't pick up Macchiato, don't skip this, because these will be gifts that'll work as a top level item for other ones as well. So you have those, and that's going to be basically the main way to kind of focus on specific ones is through these events, because it seems like that's going to be the typical thing in the events. You're going to get gifts for the specific unit that they're promoting for that event. And the last one, we got one for Ulrid. And even though I didn't pick up Ulrid, I know QJ liked it. So that was one of the ways I was able to push up QJ fairly quickly. But that is pretty much it. I thought I'd just do a quick video on it, since I know there's a lot of things people had asked about in my last stream relating to the dorm when I went in there, and that they didn't really realize with it. But yeah, it's got a lot of benefits that it actually gives to you, and it's not just for you to go and look at your waifus like some people like to use it for. So yeah, I thought I'd just cover it real quick with a quick video. But if you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.